Hello, welcome to Sips Wood Chips. Today's project is a Carver's mallet. In selecting your wood for this project, you need to get a good hard wood that won't split. If you're using green wood, you need to look for a piece of wood that does not have complete circular growth rings. It's very likely that it'll split as it dries. I made this one from a tree branch that I've had in my garage for about 8 or 10 years, so it is very dry and it should hold up quite well. So let's get started. I rounded my blank down and I trimmed the ends on it a little bit. They're still not really true down in the axis, but we'll get there. There are some bad spots, looks like. These here, here, they look pretty bad. So this one might be just a decorative one. They may not be very deep, so we'll find out pretty soon here. I'm going to start at about 650 RPMs, and I'm going to start with a 5/8 shallow gouge. I'm going to switch to a 3/4 shallow gouge. It looks like my knot is pretty much gone away. It's small and shouldn't be very significant. Okay. Let me go ahead and start tapering this end down. The last one I made was way too large. So what I want to do is I got good clear wood up here. And this I'm going to tuck into the cove. I'll trim this down deeper and I'll bring my handle up more. And I'll make the top right about in here. So I'll try to do that. Now I'll go to my 5/8 spindle gouge. So this part is still too large, so I need to thin it down. I'm going to thin it down just a little bit more. I'm going to use my skew chisel to start shaping the handle. Okay, I'm going to use my 1/2" round nose to lighten the shape a little bit more in the handle. I'm going to use my 1/2" round nose to shape up that handle some more. I need to thin it out. I'm going to use my skew to plane off and just smooth this out before I start sanding. I want the top of my mallet to be about 3 1/4. So I'm going to start shaping the slit and then go ahead and part that off. Use just a 1/8 parting tool. I'll get in here with my round nose and kind of shape this, give it a little bit more of a dome shape. Around the edges so they won't splinter when the mallet is being used. And again, I'm just going to use my skew to smooth things out so I won't have to sand as much. Separating this one down here. So I'm ready to sand it. So my dust collector is very loud, so I'll do that offline. I sanded the mallet with 100 and 150 sandpaper, and it looks pretty nice and smooth. And I'm going to start with a coat of lacquer-based sanding sealer. I like to use the sanding sealer because it hardens up the finish, and it's real quick and easy to dry, and it greatly reduces the amount of varnish or other finishes you may have to use with it. Always use it in a well ventilated area. And it also is very good for sealing up end grain. That will absorb a lot of your varnish or other oil finishes. I'm going to let that dry for about 30 minutes. I sanded the mallet with 100, 150, and 220 sandpaper. And I'm going to give it a coat. I'm going to give it 2 coats of polyurethane satin finish. And I'm just going to use a small piece of cloth to apply. I'm going to try to keep it wet. Every time it dries out, I'm going to put a little bit more varnish on there, and that's because it's absorbing it down into the open grain. And here's the mallet after 2 coats of polyurethane satin finish. Here's the finished Carver's mallet that we made today. I went ahead and cut off both ends, and I sanded it on the belt sander and applied a couple of coats of satin polyurethane. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.